the way the hours conferring with the flowers, consoling with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts are busy hatching. If I only had a brain, I'd unravel any riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts I'd be thinking, I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain. Oh, I could tell you why the oceans near the shore, I could think of things I've never thunk before, and then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nothing, this head all full of stuffing, this heart so full of pain. Perhaps I deserve you, I'm even worthy of you, if I only had a brain. If I only had a brain. I love that song, and I don't know, it just, to me, it's kind of, I don't know if you've ever heard it sung like that, but it's like, that's like the heart of that song to me. It's kind of a sad song, you know, it's about someone who feels like they're not good enough or doesn't quite fit in. Anybody that's ever felt that way can probably relate. So anyway, thank you. Victoria? Yes! One of these days I'm going to get one wrong and it's going to go very poorly.
I'm very glad you remember.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. A little bit nervous because... Yeah.
It's okay, me too.
I want to ask you if you already saw the season 12 final and what you think about it.
I've not seen it.
Okay.
I've not seen it. You know, I don't, every now and again I'll watch an episode, like one that like Richard directed or whatever, I'll tune in and watch. I feel like I want to go back and watch all of it, but then it's like such a daunting task. You know, there's so many episodes. I probably should just get over that and just start watching, because I really do want to see, I want to see what this Arthur Ketch character is about. I've enjoyed meeting Davey, and I just want to see what he did with that role. And by you guys' response yesterday, apparently he did very well. So I probably should just jump into, you know, season 12 and watch at least season 12, right? I should probably just do that. I'm sure I would enjoy it. So yeah, I haven't seen the finale, though I've heard good things, I guess. Most of my Twitter feed is like all Supernatural. because most of my followers are Supernatural fans, which is awesome. So when I scroll through my Twitter, it's just like pretty much all like Supernatural updates and that sort of thing. So, but it's cool. What did you think of it?
It was surprising.
It was surprising? Well, that's good. It's nice to be surprised.
I saw it yesterday when it was the thunderstorm, so it was really exciting.
Oh, cool. Yeah, how about that thunder lightning storm last night? That was pretty cool. We don't get that in LA, like ever. I've lived in LA for, gosh, 20 years? It's crazy, I'm getting old. I've lived in LA for 20 years, and I could probably count on, you know, I've heard thunder maybe 6 times, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't happen there for whatever reason. You never see lightning. But I grew up in Southeast Texas where thunderstorms and like that all the time, and so I loved that last night. I thought that was really cool. It's nice to like fall asleep to that too. I don't know, I've always wanted to live in Vancouver because I like the rain. I feel like I vibe really well in the rain. Anyway, I digress. So you guys excited for today? I think Jared and Jensen are coming on pretty soon. How much fun are those guys? Huh? I think they're such good guys, and I'm just so impressed with not only the way they handle the show. I was going to say their work on the show, even though I haven't seen a lot of it. But the amount of work that these two have done is mind-boggling to me. I was joking with someone yesterday who said that somebody had got a series that got picked up and then it got canceled, and I was like, look, I'd love to have a series that got canceled. I'd love to have a pilot that didn't get picked up. These two guys, I mean, they just knocked it out of the park when they landed these roles, and the amount of work, and I think you guys know, I mean, you've seen the amount of work they've done, but when you're on a set, especially a TV set, you know, those days can get long. It can be really, really tiring, and like mentally and physically just exhausting. And most of the time when I'm on a show, I'm like, you know, I'm a guest, and I've had like one experience where I became, you know, really was there a lot, and that was I was lucky enough to be in the last 2 seasons of ER, which was awesome. I got to play a doctor on ER, and that was just like, that's one of my favorite shows when I was in high school, so it was really cool to get to walk onto that show and be a part of that. That show, I was in season 14 and 15 of ER. The family aspect of that show, the cast, the crew, the way everybody worked, I had never experienced anything like that until I worked on Supernatural. It's a very similar thing, because a lot of those guys have been there since the beginning. You know, a lot of them have started families and had kids and watched their kids grow up, and it's a really special thing. Anyway, but these two guys, the way they handle themselves on set, and the amount of work that they do, and then the fact that they keep showing up to these things for you guys and for us, and they love it. They love it. I just think it's so cool, and I feel so lucky. I really do. I feel so lucky to get to do these things, and I hadn't gotten to travel a whole lot before this happened. I wasn't singing very much before this happened. I didn't have as many friends before this happened. Really. It's brought so much happiness into my life. You guys have no idea.
We do.
It's hard to leave my wife and baby sometimes, but you know, my wife's amazing, and she's seen what a positive thing this has been for me in my life, and so she's always like so supportive and wonderful. And she actually got to come last year. She was here last year. She was pregnant. We stayed in Italy for 2 weeks. We had never had a honeymoon. We never took our honeymoon. We put it off for this trip because we wanted to do Italy, and we wanted to do it the right way. So we started here, and then we did 2 weeks in Italy, and she was pregnant with our daughter at the time, and she drank a little bit of wine. I drank a lot. I drink a lot of wine. Like we'd order a bottle, she'd have like a little bit, and I'd be like, well, we don't want to waste it. It's pretty rude. So yeah, so we had just had an amazing time, and it was all, you know, really, I mean, we spent 3 weeks in Europe all together, did a convention in Rome, and then did this convention, and it was, you know, it was this that got us here and got us to have that experience, and It's just awesome. Just feel so lucky to get to do these things, and I hope that they can keep going. I want so badly. I told you guys this yesterday. I want so badly to go back on the show. Not only because I want to get to play Henry again. It's like I have selfish reasons for wanting to go back on the show, but I guess I'd like to believe that I want to do it for, like, I don't know, for you guys too, and I'd love to be able to bring him back for you. And I'd also love to be able to, like, have some new stories to tell. Yeah, I'd love to have some new stories to tell at these. It's weird though, like, I also learned somewhere along the way that the show is the show, and I'm so happy I got to be in the show. But this is like its own show. Like this whole convention thing has like a life of its own, and it's all celebrating Supernatural, right? But this thing kind of took on its own thing for me, and it got me singing again. It's the thing that got me to record, you know, my first album. Like, it's the thing that got me to write my first song.
Wow. Woo!
You know, and I think about those things. And really, I don't know where I would be if I didn't get to be on Supernatural.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where I'd be. I hope that I would be happy. I hope that I'd be working, you know? I hope that I'd have my wife and my baby and my house and my dogs and my life. But if I didn't have this, man, I don't know. I don't know where I'd be. Spin the wheel. I better get apple juice. Imitate someone. Yeah, it's not, imitations are not like my forte. I don't know. I did Jensen yesterday. That was my best Jensen. And then Jared, to me, don't take offense to this. Jared, to me, is just more that, like, hey guys. You know, he's like, I love when he comes in the room. I love when he comes in the room because he's just so funny and he's so quick and he's so tall and he's got that hair and he's got those beanies. He always like smells good and he's like spraying cologne on. And does he smell good at his photo ops? Yeah, he takes pride in that. They're just, the two of them are both so funny in different ways. Jared is just, he's such kind of the life of the party to me, and like, everyone wants to be around Jared because he's just so funny. He's so funny and just naturally a funny guy. And the cool thing too about him is like, he doesn't think he's funny, you know, but he's one of the funniest people I know. And Jensen too. Jensen's just Jensen. He's just more like laid back and cool, and like just kind of lays back and just watches Jared, and then, you know, we'll just say something, just kind of like quick little quips, you know. And Jensen is hilarious as Dean on the show. Like, is it Yellow Fever? Is that the name of that episode? Okay, that's my favorite episode that I've seen. And Jensen just is so funny. My wife and I were living in New York at the time, and I would start my mornings, I would get up and I would have coffee, and then I realized that Supernatural was on TNT every morning, like 2 or 3 episodes in a row. And so I would like just put it on as I'm like making breakfast and kind of like, you know, just a background noise, and I'd check in every now and again and watch a scene here and there. And anyway, I happened to catch that episode one morning and I just sat down, and then I like rewound it and watched the whole thing and just laughed my ass off. It's okay. All right, you guys. We got 2 guys coming on stage right now?